All right, let's try this. Ready, set, go. It worked.
It shut me up. That sure, yeah.
The podcast has begun.
Finally. I've been wondering for years how it would finally begin.
We didn't know, and finally it's time. The dress rehearsal is over. We're here for our first ever opening night, and that's why we drink. Welcome to the show.
We're
We are your
serious.
hosts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Christine.
I'm Em, and so far that's all we got.
It's pretty good so far, I think.
I think we should keep that in.
Nailed
for sure.
it.
Oh my gosh. Well, to us it is a Monday. I know everyone else is listening on a Sunday, but technically we're in the past, although if it's a Monday and this comes out on a Sunday, it sounds like we're in the future.
Wow.
Not to blow everyone's minds here. But Christine, how are you doing on this Monday?
It's snowing.
No, it's fucking not.
Snowing so much. And I'm like, what's happening? I woke up.
Are you telling the truth?
I'm telling the truth. It's been snowing all day. I've been waiting to tell you about it. Like, I'm the only one who cares.
Take a picture immediately and send us. I don't believe
I haven't taken a single. Leona woke up and said, "It's going to snow today." And Blaze said, "Oh, we don't know." And then literally they left. We opened the door for her to go to school, like out the door. And she goes, "I see a snowflake." And literally within minutes, like,
she is the prophecy.
I called her a little meteorologist.
I don't believe it. Oh my god,
it's fucking snowing, man.
There's no fucking way.
Isn't that weird? I'm glad you agree because I feel like I'm the only one who's shocked, and everyone else is like, "Sure, it's snowing. It's November," and I'm like, something's wrong.
First of all, back the fuck up, haters.
Relax. Okay.
Also, no, I think because to us, like, a week ago was Halloween, so I'm like, why the hell is it snowing now?
Literally, yes.
Like, it's supposed to just be cool and crisp. And also,
and on Halloween here, it was like 70 degrees, you know? It's not like it's been cold.
That's so weird. Also, this sounds, some therapist needs to analyze this, but honestly, snow feels too happy and pure for like how I just feel on a constant basis.
It's doom and gloom, I know.
Yeah, I'm just like, why?
What are some pep in my step because it's just been kind of gloomy, and I'm like, that's fine. But when the snow comes, I'm like, ooh, it's a little exciting.
It's almost like, oh, we're locked inside. But also,
yeah.
As a parent, is that as fun though?
Well, it is when you're me and you say, I don't go outdoor. Mommy doesn't go outside.
I can't wait for Leona to say that a little too loud one day.
Yeah. And then Blaze, literally, he comes back from dropping off and goes, she said, like, it started snowing literally as I left for school. And she apparently the whole way there talked about how they're going to build a snowman. And he was like, I don't know if there's going to be enough snow, like, but she's like, we're building a snowman. So I'm like, good luck with that.
You are. The snowman's going to be this big. Just so
you know what? And that's fine, you know? Size isn't everything, so.
You got 3 ice cubes in that freezer, I bet. You can make it work. You just stick them on top of each other?
Yeah.
Well, I'm jealous. I immediately am just filled with rage.
Oh, good. That's what I was trying to do with my quaint storytelling. Was fill you with unending rage, so you're welcome. But other than that, I'm flying to Hawaii tomorrow, so you know, it's like no big deal.
Fucking okay, weather whiplash. It's like, oh, it's snowing. Let's go to the beach.
I keep rereading. So my friend Alyssa is getting married to a woman whose family is from Hawaii, and so the wedding is in Hawaii. And we grew up in Cincinnati, so this is like when we were talking about our future weddings when we were kids, Hawaii was usually not in the picture, but you know, I'm
like
not
City Hall.
Right. It was like, I mean, we live in Cincinnati, we can't think past city limits.
Like a lot of, just maybe like a big Potter's Field or something.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? There is a certain romance to that. But yeah, so I'm going to Hawaii tomorrow. But am I? Because of all these fucking flight cancellations? I'm just sitting in my life right now going, let go, surrender. I don't know. I can't control it. Just let it be. So I'm going to wake up. My flight's at 6 in the morning. Wake up at 3 or not sleep and be at 3 looking at my phone and seeing where I'm headed. So.
Okay, lots of questions. So how long of a flight is it from Cincinnati?
It's like 17 hours, Em. Yeah. I'm so glad you asked.
It's like an international flight.
It's really, I mean, I fly to LAX. I have a fucking 5-hour layover. Speaking of, I can like maybe go like see Hank real quick and come back. And then
you're welcome to if you want.
I mean, imagine I just show up. And then I have like another 6-hour flight from LA to Hawaii. I mean, it's crazy. That shit is far away.
I mean, there's a reason a lot of people on the East Coast don't go to Hawaii. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
our
fucking
big thing
far.
is like the Bahamas, like or
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
Florida, you know?
Mhm, mhm.
But
We
no,
love Cancun, like, like, little Mexico.
I don't know why in it never occurred to me, but Hawaii is a much more popular tourist destination for people on the West Coast, which, like, makes sense,
Yeah, direct
but
flights, etcetera.
I've told a few people, like, "Oh, my 50 states, and I have to get to Hawaii eventually," and every person I've talked to that was, like, a local and grew up in LA, they're all like, "Oh, yeah, I've been a bunch of times," and I'm like, "Was that just the place? Was that your, like, Outer Banks or
I
something?"
feel like in my school in Ohio, everyone went to Hawaii. I think it was just trendy for a while, like,
Really? Hmm,
maybe flights were cheap or something. I don't know because my mom took us there, and we definitely never did. I mean, I've never been to Mexico, as I say, "Oh, we love Cancun." I've never even been there, so I'm like,
right.
I don't kn that was just, like, our one, like, kind of luxury beach vacation was Hawaii, but that I remember it taking, like, a full fucking day to get there,
I mean, that's like,
and then the time difference is, like, 9 hours. Okay, it's not 9 hours.
it's gonna
It's
feel like it.
it's a lot of hours, okay?
And are you going is Leona coming?
No,
Okay.
Leona was kindly not invited, which I
Okay.
was like, "Good choice."
Yeah.
Um, for this, like, little small it's a really small wedding,
Well,
and, there's a
I
rum safari.
oh, well, there you go. I see
Well,
why
there
you're
you
going
go. I
17
know, hey,
hours. Ok
listen, it's worth it. So, it'll be fun, it'll be wonderful to see one of my oldest friends marry the love of her life, a gay wedding. I've been to 2 this is my 2nd gay wedding of the month or of the yeah, of the month, and, I'm loving this lifestyle for myself as being a
Nice.
guest at gay weddings. It's just so much fun.
Perfect. Well,
Yeah.
I am worried what's gonna happen with all what's going on with the flights these days. But also the
Maybe I'll
weather
be
now that it's fucking
I
snowing.
know, and then Chicago apparently is, like, everything's grinding to a halt because of the snow. So, maybe it'll be me and my cat and my, heating pad. Maybe it'll be me on a big old jet to the beach. We'll see.
Okay, well, are you in the wedding?
So it's not really it's such a small wedding. They only invited, like, a couple people, so it's sort of like
Gotcha.
a very intimate family thing. So I feel like I'm not in the wedding, but she did ask me to help get her ready and, like, for the first looks, and I was like, "That feels important." So I'm gonna just roll with it.
Yeah, yeah, totally. Well, that sounds fun.
Yeah,
Um,
it'll be good, but it feels, like, so surreal,
yeah, and I
because again,
don't
it's
envy you
snowing right now. Yeah.
with the
Oh,
flight.
yeah, the
That sounds
flight.
terrible.
It's gonna be a long day, but that's okay.
You know, living where I live to get home, it's usually door to door, like an 8 or 9 hour
Yeah.
excursion. And for some reason, I have gotten so used to an 8-hour travel, but make it fucking 10, I'll lose
Double
my
that
mind.
even add an hour or 2, yeah,
Just an
yeah.
all of a sudden, I'm like, now that's undoable. Like, I
Well, I mean,
don't know
I
what's wrong with
get
me.
it, especially when you're, like, in the context of travel, right? I mean, now all these flights getting I mean, this is probably old news now, but currently the government is semi still shut down, very much still shut down, I guess, and, the flights are getting canceled and delayed, and people are losing it, and I don't blame them. Like, talk about high stress situations, expensive, they're
Mhm.
just, like, strangers everywhere, you're in, like, time crunch, I
Yeah.
mean, it's just miserable, miserable.
Oy. Well, again, don't envy you, but I do envy whatever Leona's gonna get up to because I know that shit's gonna be fun.
She's gonna have a really good time. I don't know what's up with, but, there's so many Pottersfields out here, she could really get up to anything.
Give her a shovel in a couple days and she'll
Yeah, I'll give her your podcast episode about graveyard games, and she'll be set for, like, the whole week.
Oh, well, I'm very excited about that. Well,
Yeah, yeah.
is there a reason why you drink outside of that, or is that the reason why
I
you
think
drink,
that's
or
all of it. It's just a big fell swoop of, like, "Ah!"
are you drinking anything fun today?
I'm really not. I only brought my Stanley. I was gonna get a Depep, and then I forgot, and I think it's too late for caffeine anyway. So because I have terrible insomnia. So I got
Mhm.
my scrappy water. What about you?
Wait, show me that. Okay, so that's so funny. That's so funny. I mean, the sticker's also funny. You're so funny, Christine. But hang on, just let me hang on, let me finish the sentence. Let me figure out how to do it. Okay. Ready for the whole thought? I've built it in my head now.
Go.
I recently finally bought a sticker book. And from all of our travels, I had when I tell you whatever amount of stickers you think I had, quadruple it. I
Okay.
don't care if you think the number was 1,000 stickers, quadruple it.
Okay, okay.
I spent the day yesterday, I had a lot of things I needed to do, and instead, I sat with my sticker book and I finally organized all of the stickers that I have ever collected ever, 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 all of them.
Whoa!
And one of them was that exact fucking sticker, but a
Yes.
raccoon instead of a squirrel.
I don't even remember where I got this, but I remember I got 2, 1 to give you because we had always talked about how we're scrappy. I got 1 to give you and 1 to give me, and then I just the other day looked at my water bottles and went, "Wait, I have 1 on each water bottle, so I clearly never
Oh,
gave one to you."
I
I
was gonna
just
say maybe the
accidentally
raccoon one was from
I
you, but I
think I
guess not.
used both of them, instead of giving 1 to you, but, initially, it was supposed to go to you.
Well, anyway, one of the
I
reasons I
love this
drink
sticker.
is because I don't think unless you are a mental tumbleweed of chaos like the 2 of us are,
Mm.
some people might not understand, I know you do, how overwhelming isn't the
Mhm.
word. Maybe you know the word, but, like, but so let's every time we've gone on a trip, which add up every time we've been on tour, every time I've done my own trips, I'm trying to do my 50 states, every time I go see my grandma, every time I go home, I'm always buying tchotchkes, and that includes stickers and pins. And every single one of them from different trips have been sitting in different Ziplocs or different
Oh, and
paper
then, by the
bags or
way,
at the bottom
just
of a backpack.
additional note, we often also give one another stickers, so that also
Yeah,
adds like,
adds
as
to
an
it.
excuse, we're like, "Oh, Em would like this, Eva
Yeah.
would like this," and then we attain more stickers that way.
Yes, and they're like, the way that they're scattered through the house.
Bro, it's like, intolerable, really. It's
Yes.
intolerable.
I mean, I've been collecting stickers since very first time we went on tour was 2018, and I
Uh-huh,
just fucking started
uh-huh.
looking at all of them. Like, I had to dig through every little nook and cranny of my
They go
house. We have a
everywhere.
storage unit, we have, I mean, I mean, the number of stickers and pins was, like, first of all, breathtaking in a different way where I need to, like, readjust
Right,
my
like,
spending.
mentally, you need to do some thinking. Yeah.
But to have them all consolidated in one clean, organized box, like, there's no words. There's no words for, like,
So,
that clarity.
that actually feels so uplifting to me that I'm gonna hold on to this feeling for the rest of the day, I think. I'm gonna try to.
If you need
Because
something to do on your plane, I'm telling you, buy a sticker book today
okay.
and spend there was nothing more fucking serene.
Yeah,
It
okay,
was
yeah, 'cause
incredible.
Eva got me a sticker book, but it wasn't enough room. Like, I put a bunch of stickers in it, but it's still not enough room, so I'm gonna have to get another.
I have a second one coming today
Oh,
be
see? Okay, so here's
because
my
it did not
question
fit
for
all
your
of them.
4,000 stickers that I have,
Yeah.
that you have. When you were going through them, were there any that you were like, I'm not feeling these," or did you, like, keep every single one?
No, I decluttered my stickers as well.
Okay, because 'cause I've been doing that too. Because some of them I'm like, "This does not spark joy."
Yeah,
I don't even know where this is from. Okay, okay, because
understood.
that makes sense, and then also when you were organizing them, did you, like, organize them in a particular way, or was it, like, by just how they look, the shape? Was it, like, the city? Was it, like, the year that you attained it? Like, what's the method to your madness?
Well, it was too overwhelming, so I made it much more general than I originally
Well,
planned it.
2018, I mean, how do you even remember what was first and last?
So that was my problem with my pin collection because I wouldn't just get pins from, like, I wouldn't
Sure.
just say, like, St. Louis, Missouri on it, it would say,
I see.
it would be like a rat that says Scrappy on it, and I'm like, "Where the fuck did I get this?" So I anything that's and I did this for um, pins and stickers. So I have a pin collection.
Now how do you okay, we'll get to that, but how do you
Okay,
organize
okay.
the pins also? I need to know that later. Okay.
I followed, I'm not a Disney adult, but they got a few things right out there, and they love their pin trading, and so they literally make pin binders.
Oh, it's in binders. Okay, so they're not on display. It's, like, in binders. Smart.
Yeah, and they're all, and also I bought, like, 200 pin backs, so that way they would all,
Oh,
because they all
yes.
have different types of pin backs, and some of them I can't fucking stand, so I just put them all in, I gave them all brand new pin backs, and so I know,
Wow.
I feel so like no one else in the
Woo!
world would care except you, so I'm glad I'm
Woo!
saying this. But no, so I divided the stickers into, and, um, the main 5 were, if I got it on tour, like, obviously got it on
Mm,
tour, so there
mhm,
were some
mhm.
that said, like, the Gateway Arch, I'm just saying St. Louis 'cause
Right,
I,
right, right.
or Kansas City or whatever. Where's the Arch? St. Louis?
St. Louis.
Um, so if it was, like, obviously a location,
Right.
I put that as, like, the tour section, and then I
Okay.
had a nostalgia section because I get a bunch of, like, '90s retro kind of stickers,
Oh.
so I got nostalgia. I put, together a spooky section because like, a lot of my pins and stickers were, like, a Ouija board or a ghost or something.
Right, sure.
So it's spooky, nostalgia, tour. Um, I did one that was just my fandom, so there's, like, a whole section that's just, like, Back to the Future and Marvel and Pokemon.
Oh, that's good.
And then I have another section that was just kind of, like, miscellaneous, just, like just a catch-all, which ended up being just about the same size as the other sections anyway. So,
Interesting.
I really wanted it to be more like, "Oh, I got all of these in Portland. I got all of these
Right.
in
There was no
Boston."
way. That's part of buying the
There's no way.
stickers is, like, you just are like, "This is an easy thing to put in my backpack, forget about for
Yeah,
a while,"
for
and then
years.
yeah, for years, and then yeah, that's part of the joy of the sticker is like, "Oh, there's really
Mhm.
not much to it. There's not much
Yeah.
context."
And you think like, "Oh, it's so little, it's like doesn't even take up space," but when you have as many as I do, it
Oh.
certainly takes up space.
Oh, it
But
takes up a lot of psychological space, I'll tell you that much.
certainly.
Mhm.
The only thing I can't figure out, which if you have an idea, please leave it in the comments or something, but I along the way have collected quite a number of bumper stickers.
Oh,
Um,
yes, me too.
and so they're too big to fit in sticker books.
Right.
So I don't know where
What if
to
you
put
got
them, but I'm not gonna put them on my car either.
Yeah, right. What if you got the sticker or sorry, the binders that have, like, the sleeves, like, plastic sleeves, like, a tall binder or something that's, like, the
I
length of
could,
it?
yeah.
You
That's
could
not bad.
I don't know, I don't know.
That's the only thing that doesn't fit in the binders, it's very frustrating. But other
Right,
than
and I
that,
guess bumper stickers are different sizes, which is annoying too.
yeah, there's 2 in particular that are, like,
Well,
freakishly
speaking of I
big.
know I've already shown you this, but it was a few weeks ago, I think. On the floor right now because that's what my life is like. Here's
Hmm.
a bumper sticker I got you recently.
Shut up.
Um, I've shown you this already, but it's been a while. Here I go
What?
in my big gay car, my
Wait, I want that, I love
I
it.
know, I got it for you and I said, "I'll mail it to you," and that was, like, 2 months ago, so, I will mail it to you
That's
eventually, and
so
you can put
funny.
it in you can put it in your binder.
That's so fun. Well, thank you. I love that, and that one was the only
I
bumper
went,
sticker
"Huh," and then I went, "That's M's. That's
the
for M."
the only other bumper sticker that I've ever actually put on my car is the one you got me, but that's because it was a magnet, is the Waffle House one.
Oh, it's a magnet, that's right. I feel like that's sometimes the way to go.
Yeah. Anyway, so perfect segue, Segu, with your little squirrely, scrappy
Mhm.
sticker because that was gonna be the reason I drank, where I was like, "Damn, like, I feel probably how you felt when you were cleaning out your upstairs." What is the
Yes.
update on that, by the way? Are you all cleaned up here, or
I mean, it's really less cluttered. So I'm like, it's still a mess, but like pretty much everything here is stuff I'm like keeping and want to organize. So it's at least like not all the junk that I've been trying to get rid of for years.
you
I
know
just had
what's
like a attachment problem. I like kept too much stuff and it was like stuff that just was not necessary. So I feel a lot better. I've like cleansed it out of stuff I don't need anymore.
I I hate that middle ground where, like, it's
Oh,
cleaner than it was, and now I can't get over that hill to finish the job.
it yeah, it feels like, "Oh, phew, I got a lot done." And then you sit on this for eternity, like,
And then
"Well"
it slowly grows again. It's so annoying.
yeah,
I
yes,
can't
and then
stop
it grows,
myself.
I know. So I feel like I'm making progress and then, like, 1 step back, 2 step forward, the usual, but I think that's life.
Proud of you.
And thank you, and I'm proud of you and your stickers because that is a feat, I tell you.
Next time we record and I'm not in this stupid hotel room,
Mhm.
I we can do that for intermission. I'll show you my sticker
Oh,
book.
that would be fun. I would love that feels like I mean, it is like show and tell. Bring your
It
sticker
is.
to school.
It is. Well, no, so I'm very excited, and my to answer your question quickly, I got a pin binder,
Okay.
which holds, like, 400 pins, which luckily I don't have 400,
Oh, thank
but
God.
it at least gives room to build if
You
I
don't
still
feel
have
as, like, bad about, like, buying a pin or, like, if you're gifted a
exactly.
pin, I'm always like, "Shit, I don't wanna break this or lose it," if I
Mhm,
put it on my
mhm.
backpack, it'll fall off, so, yeah, I feel like that's a nice, like, in between. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very the goal is to never have to need another pin binder ever again.
Right.
Um, and so, yeah, but I'm very excited about that, and that's probably what I'm gonna do later tonight when I should also be productive and I won't be. So,
Hey, that sounds productive to me, okay? I don't know, I mean,
it was
not
lovely. A little cup of tea, a little Law& and Order, a little
ugh. I mean, Leon and I are probably gonna be building snowmen out of ice cubes, so I guess if you're being productive, so am I.
No, you are being much more productive by entertaining a child. I
It is
am the
difficult.
child in my
Yeah, yeah,
house.
yeah. Yeah, fair enough.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, Christine, I have a story for you, and not to like promote more tchotchkes, but on my recent trip to Delaware where I went with my mom, I told you about that, yeah?
Yeah, wait, t remind yes, 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 the Delaware trip, yes. Sorry,
We
my brain is it's like, when, like, an engine sputters, that's sort of how it feels, like,
yeah,
internally, yeah.
I absolutely understand. If
Ugh,
you said you know what it's like to like have a clear brain, no, I
no,
don't.
you and your sticker book for a brief window of time probably have that, but
When I
not
look
me.
but, truly, I get sucked into a world, I look at my stickers, I'm like, "I feel so seen," but then all of a sudden I realize that anyone else in the world would be like, "Okay, you need to get a new hobby."
Yeah,
I
your
feel like
grandkids someday are gonna be like, put it in the garage sale, and you're gonna be like, "Oh my god,
truly, and, like,
please."
it's so stupid because I've officially hit that age where I'm like, "Let me hang out on a Sunday with my
I
sticker book," and I'm like, "What
know.
the hell? Like, what happened to all
Ugh.
the house parties and laws I used to break?" Anyway,
Oh, yeah, them and their wild child.
today if a cop came up to me, they'd be like, "Well, we know what you were up to, in 2008," and I'm like, "Well, that ain't me anymore. Here's my sticker book. You wanna take a look?"
I've changed. I've left that life behind.
I've lived that life. I'm reformed.
Mhm. I've
Anyway,
never left it or changed it, but I'm glad you're here with me now.
I still want it, just nobody else wants to do it with me, and it's sadder
Uh,
alone. That's really where we
okay.
are. So
Fair
the
enough.
sticker book is my
It's the
new
place.
my new, partner in crime, I suppose.
Aw.
Um, okay, here we go. Yeah, so instead of, big wild house parties and hanging out till the wee hours, because everyone got married and have kids, and I'm just trying to find hobbies now. I decided that my hobby is gonna go see all 50 states. I went to Delaware with my mom, and we went to a bookshop, and I found this little deck of cards, which I know you and I are also like active, not card collectors, but we pick up quite a lot of
We love a
decks.
good deck of playing cards. For people
Well,
who never play cards, by the
not
way.
a lick.
Not
And
a
if
one
someone
time.
and if someone asked me to play fucking cards, I'd go get out of my house.
Yeah, I
Like
know, I literally ask people, including M, all the time, I'm like, "Does someone wanna play War?" And my brother's like, "I don't wanna play War, like, get away from
actually,
me."
I fucking love war.
Finally, I found the right person. I keep asking my brother, he's like, "Why don't we play, like, this, like, bridge?" And I'm like, "Get the fuck away from me. I wanna play War with M."
Did you ever I remember there being a game, there has to be a different name now, but it was called
Nope.
Egyptian
Egyptian
Rat
rat screw?
Screw?
Oh, yeah, that's a classic. Or Asshole, I think it was also called.
I don't remember what I had older
Speaking of Alyssa,
stepsisters.
who's getting married, she taught it to me, and she called it Peaches, I think.
Oh,
Like,
that's
everyone came up with a fake name to, like, teach it to their younger cousins or whatever because it was called Egyptian rat screw.
yeah. I don't know if this is how it's actually played, but there was a lot of hitting each other in the face, in that
Oh,
game.
I don't recall that being part of the
Okay, my
game.
stepsisters were
You are
just
being
really mean.
bullied, my friend.
I was the little step sibling, and my stepsisters were like, "Oh yeah, there's this really fun game, and every time you
Oh,
lose a round, we
god.
get to hit you in the
Oh
face."
my god, no wonder you don't like playing games. It's all finally making sense, dude.
Anyway, I would
Oh,
love to
wait,
play
you're
that
supposed to
game.
slap the pile, not slap each other. I'm like, why does there's definitely slapping.
No, I would get 5-starred in the face.
That's not cool, dude. Oh my god, can I please tell you the other names of this thing?
Yeah.
I mean, of course, Egyptian rat screw is certainly not PC by any stretch of the imagination. Sometimes abbreviated as according to Wikipedia as ERS.
Oh, that's
Also
my
no
initials.
Holy shit, you're right.
So for now, it's just called the
Hey,
M. Schultz game.
I love that. Also known as Egyptian War, Bloody Stump,
That's what I
Rat
was.
Slap. I mean, Jesus, this is like, yeah, you were getting beat up.
What was your favorite card game? War?
That one. No, I loved Egyptian Rat. Or do you remember it had a weird name, and again, I don't know if this was even the name or if this was just something people called it, but I think they call it Kemps or something like that.
Never heard of that.
Kemps? Kempers? Kemps? It's like where you have a secret code with another person. Like you get a
Mm,
partner and you don't know who the partner is or whatever, and you have like a secret tell.
got it.
Maybe that's not what it's called. um, but it was fun, and it was kind of we played it sometimes at school, and it would be like a good group game where you have to like make a secret, like a raise your eyebrows, or and then if you caught the other person doing their tell, oh yeah, Kemps it was called.
I never
Teams
heard
of
of that.
two try to secretly get four cards of the same rank to score a point, and they agree on a secret nonverbal sign, and then swap cards. It's fun. Anyway, that was one of my favorites too. But
I always wanted to learn how to play spoons, but I was always too scared to
I
ask.
love spoon. It's so easy.
Is it?
I
I
have the
never learned.
version with dolphins. Instead of spoons, we would put a bunch of dolphins in the middle, and you'd grab the dolphin, but they squeak.
Mm.
So you'd have to be like really like you'd have to either be really strategic, like quiet about it, and slide it back so that like
Oh, people aren't supposed to know that you get them?
yeah, well you can't. So it's like as soon as one person grabs one, everyone goes for it, and the last one who doesn't. It's sort of like musical chairs, where like one person there's one
Mm.
fewer spoon than the group. So basically, as soon as somebody has four of the same cards, they take one from the middle, and then as soon as everyone notices that, so you can either grab it and then everyone kind of goes free for all, or you can be really sneaky and just kind of pull it aside and then keep playing and wait for people to notice, you know?
Gotcha. I was
And
it
yeah.
felt like to ask other 12-year-olds how to play spoons felt like asking a grown man during a game how football goes.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
was just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm not gonna ask.
No, I would love to teach you because it really is so easy. It's just like you pass cards around and try to make four of a kind.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then like once you do, you grab the spoon. And then I did love playing with like the grown-ups because I would always like be really sneaky about grabbing the spoon, but look like I was really focused. It's
Mhm.
just really fun. I don't know. Clearly I like the games where we're doing like secret surveillance. I don't know.
Well, for two people who really hate card games or
Anyway, yeah,
I've
let's get
never
back to your
played.
story.
Anyway, I got cards while I was in Delaware. It's all fucked up because I got excited about unwrapping it that I ripped like half the paper off. But this is a Cryptids deck. Have you seen this before?
Oh, no.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you the inside of them. I promise there's a reason for this. Um,
Oh, I believe you.
and they all not only are they all cryptids, but each of the cards looks like an already real life existing magazine cover, but edited to have the cryptid as like the cover model.
Oh, that's
So
clever.
this is like cryptid health, and it's like the lizard
Instead of
man.
Men's Health. Oh, that's
And then
fun.
they had like this one. Like I mean,
Life
so
magazine. Oh my god, this is so cool.
So I thought it was super cool, and that was like a comic book. And then
Yeah.
they actually have a Nickelodeon magazine one, which I thought was cool.
Now
If I want
that's
to see
fun.
that,
Is that like a
um,
slime monster or something?
it should have been. I don't know. I was just kind of scrolling through real quick, because I bought it truly not because I thought I'd play cards, but for inspiration for
Yeah.
stories. So so this was the Nickelodeon one. This is the
The
Dingbat.
dingbat. Okay, that's good though. That feels very Nickelodeon.
Anyway, so I got these truly thinking, oh, in case I'm ever stumped and need some like inspiration, I'll do that. So
Mhm.
that is what ended up happening. I was looking through the cards and I came across, do you want to guess which number and suit this card is that I
Yes, think
am
about
working
it.
with? Okay.
5 of diamonds.
Dude, so close, 6 of hearts.
Damn. It's not close, but sort of close.
Uh so anyway,
Right
I
color.
right color. So anyway, I went with the 6 of hearts and this is the I'm gonna show you the cover halfway through the story because I don't want to give away how it looks yet.
I love this. Okay.
But use
Please
your.
cover the dingbat someday because I'm really all about that too.
I would love to. That would be great. And while I do it, by the way, I will eat the secret recipe to slime or something for
Don't eat
everybody.
it.
It's
Have you
edible.
been eating it?
I mean, no, I haven't. I've never made it before, so maybe that'll be our intermission that time. It's like we'll
Ah,
just
okay.
make
We can
slime.
do like yeah, like a little demonstration.
We'll do without telling anyone what the secret is because I'm
Oh,
sworn to
right.
secrecy, but I will make it and show everyone
Fair,
what it looks like, and we can
fair
all
point.
judge it.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, sorry everybody who hates this. Um,
I'm not sorry. Hello.
fresh.
I've missed it. Folks, I know you have too. HelloFresh is the number one meal kit in America. Whew, making home cooking easier with chef crafted recipes and fresh ingredients delivered straight to your door. But this fall, guess what? They're serving up even more to love. It's not the HelloFresh you remember, not the same.
HelloFresh has doubled their menu. So now you can choose from 100 options each week, including new seasonal dishes and recipes from around the world. And you can dig into bigger portions, say less. HelloFresh.
You can even get steak and seafood recipes delivered every week for no extra cost. Now, with 3 times the seafood options, you know I love a good
Oof.
salmon.
Ugh.
Savor this season with hearty fall recipes like classic beef chili, honey glazed pork tenderloin. Oy vey, they have a lot of good food.
The best way to cook just got better. Go to hellofresh.com/drink10fm now to get 10 free meals and a free breakfast for life.
One per box with active subscription. Free meals applied as discount on first box. New subscribers only varies by plan. That's hellofresh.com/drink10fm to get 10 free meals and free breakfast for life. One time I got Storyworth from my mom, and she told me she wrote a story in there about how when she was a kid, they had a pet crow named Simon.
They say that Storyworth is meant to be a gift to them, but really it's a gift to us because now all of a
Seriously.
sudden this knowledge is imparted on us that for some reason our parents did not pass along. So this is for Simon. We are now working with Storyworth, which is such a great company. I
Mhm.
have always loved the idea of demanding information from my family.
All your loved one needs to do is respond to an email that Storyworth sends every week. Now you can record it over the phone, so you don't have to type it out. So it's so easy. It's not even like you don't need to be tech savvy. So it's really great for sending to people in your family who might not be into the whole tech world. And then after a year, Storyworth compiles all these stories and photos into a beautiful keepsake hardcover book. Photos are printed in vibrant color. It's a treasure for us and our loved ones, and it's just really cool. You can like pass it down for generations.
And they've printed over 1 million books and preserved 35 million family stories since their founding 13 years ago. And they have over 48,000 5-star reviews on Trustpilot.
And I love that they're still innovating. This year, they added a bunch of new features to make storytelling even easier with personalized questions, magic editor. Meanwhile, their magic layout and new book designs make finished books look even more beautiful.
Give your loved ones a unique keepsake you'll all cherish for years, Storyworth Memoirs. And right now, save $10 or more during their holiday sale when you go to storyworth.com/drink.
That's storyworth.com/drink to save $10 or more on your order.
So here is my story for today. This is the Nameless Thing of Berkeley Square.
What?
And it's in London. And the address of this place was 50 Berkeley Square, which I think it does still exist. It does still exist. It was built in 1740, and it was a 4-story townhouse in London in a fancy area called Mayfair,
Ooh, yes.
which I guess is like their Upper West Side.
Mm.
Fun fact, Winston Churchill also lived in this neighborhood. He lived 2 doors down. So I like to imagine that he was just like sitting next to a haunted house this
The
whole time.
nameless thing. Yeah.
The
He was,
nameless
he was next to the nameless thing.
Maybe he was the nameless
I
thing.
mean,
And reporters were like, Winston Churchill is in this fucking house. What's going on?
no comment.
So, okay. It was a house built in 1740 in fancy pants London. And we're unsure of the first few residents that lived there, but we do know in the 1820s, one of the first people to live there was the prime minister at the time, Prime Minister Canning. He worked under King George IV, fun fact. And when he lived there, he was reporting odd sounds throughout the house, both above him and in the basement. He also had like constant nightmares that were out of character for him. So that was back in the 1820s.
Oh.
I can't account for like the first few decades before that, but at least since the 1800s, we've been having some things reported by people.
Mm-hmm.
Many other people after him have moved in. Like I could not keep up with the amount of people who've lived in this place. But I didn't really hear anything outside of Prime Minister Canning's reports, I guess because he was the prime minister, so his story was more interesting than others. I don't know if anyone else had experiences or to what degree, but something must have been going on because over time, both the newspapers and the town in general were all aware that this house had ghosts.
Okay. Oh, wow. So this is like since day one or since the early days.
Yeah, since the early days, people knew that this was haunted. And I don't know where those stories come from, just that enough people lived there and had experiences that this was known as a haunted house.
Okay.
And one of the people who is said to have died here, again, this is all conjecture, but we don't care about that for me to sound spooky.
Please. Conjecture can bletcher.
Say yes, 100%.
Yep.
Okay, so one of the first ghosts here, at least, was this girl named Adeline. She apparently died falling from a window on the top floor. Extra sad, her uncle was abusing her.
Oh no.
And so I guess she tried to escape through the attic window, lost her footing, fell, died.
Jesus. Oh my God. Okay.
Now, allegedly, people see a girl hanging from the window screaming for help, and sometimes they even see her losing her grip and vanishing before she hits the ground.
Well, traumatic thing to witness.
I know. I know.
Oof, yikes.
They don't tell you about that on Zillow. Oh.
No, they do not. Nope.
One newspaper actually was quoted saying, since then, so I guess since she died, more than 50 respectable people have reported seeing Adeline clinging to the windowsill. More than 50. That's like a pretty, that would, I'm surprised Zach Bagans hasn't
That's
gone
a
there.
that's a lot. 50 people seeing someone, like, over 50 different accounts of people seeing a little girl hanging and then disappearing as she falls. Yeah, that's a lot to me.
That's a lot of people. And I wonder, and that was an old-timey newspaper. That wasn't recently. So that would, you would think, mean that a lot more since then have seen her.
Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah.
Another ghost there is a boy who, in another, I don't know, bad situation, he ends up getting locked in the attic by his parents, and he was
Jeez.
fed food through a hole in the door, and the isolation over time made him go insane, is the story.
Oh my god.
We don't know
And this
how
was a child?
that's these are all stories that people talk about, but I don't know how true any of them are, so I'm just gonna
Right. But it was
go.
a child, though, in the story?
But and yeah, in the story, it
Oh,
was
okay, okay.
a little boy.
Okay.
Another girl or another ghost here that they say happened to live there at some point was a girl who was killed by one of the servants in the house when she lived there. And now
Jeez.
people say that they see her skipping down the halls and actually even on the streets nearby, which it always blows my
Oh.
mind when the ghosts don't stay in the house.
Yeah, and they can kinda just explore.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The only other time I've really heard about that is there was somewhere in Dallas Fort Worth where there's the cowboy, used to be like a brothel, and there's a cowboy named like Cowboy Jake or something. And he's known to like go window shopping in town.
Yeah, I feel that I remember Cowboy Jake because it definitely struck a chord in my heart just now.
Yeah. I thought all of a sudden you'd hear like
Ring ding
romantic
ding
music.
goes the trolley. I did. That's what came straight to mind.
So Cowboy Jake and Judy Garland are the same person.
Yeah.
But no, I think that's the only other one that comes right to mind of like, oh, a ghost that haunts the house and leaves the house and haunts other places too.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool, honestly.
Imagine if you're like just put out a really nice window display and all of a sudden you see Cowboy Jake admiring it. I'd be so honored.
I would, or what if he was like, ugh,
Yeah. Yeah.
that would make me sad.
If he just kept moving, I'd be like, are you fucking kidding me, Jake?
How dare you?
Someone should make a window display of Cowboy Jake and see if it brings him over to
I'm
you.
sure he would, like a Western display.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so those are 3 of the like random ghosts we have no real explanation for, but those stories have kind of locked themselves into place.
Okay.
So someone fell from the window, someone was locked in the attic, another girl was killed by a servant. And there were also times when neighbors throughout the years, especially in the 1800s, I think one article I was thinking of is in the 1840s, that there were so many weird noises coming out of this house that the neighbors all rallied together to go investigate it when it was abandoned because they were like, what the fuck is going on in here? Apparently they did not find anything, but other people think that these are more of the skeptics. They're like, oh, it was never haunted. This was like maybe some sort of criminal front, and maybe they used the ghost story as like a cover so that way they could make a bunch of sounds at night and nobody would be brave enough to go check, you know?
Okay, okay. Yeah, I guess it's a okay cover. I don't know.
I don't know. But either way, even the skeptics are admitting that this place makes some weird fucking sounds at night. So,
See?
speaking of the 1840s, this is 20 years after Prime Minister Canning lived there and was making reports. 20 years later, there in 1840, the first real paranormal account happens in this house. And it's a 20-year-old. His name is Robert Warboys, which
Wow.
feels like the most 40s name I could think of.
War Boys.
Yeah.
Feels like a weird video game.
Really? I think of it as like one of those old-timey last names that no one has anymore.
How do you spell that?
Like war and boys.
It, it sounds to me like a weird, like,
I can see it. I know what you're saying. But in my head I think like Daddy Warbucks from Annie.
oh, okay, War Boys. Yeah, okay, I can see that. Yeah, yeah.
And I just think it's like, oh, it sounds like such a
Yeah, yeah.
like a rough and tumble kind of guy.
I got you. I'll allow it.
It'd be real silly if he was the daintiest little feminine man in the world and his
I
last name
kind
was
of love
Warboys.
I would love that cuz like war boys, it feels it's not like war men, it's like war boys. Let's go girls.
I like to think there's a queer comic book called Warboys, and
I
it's
love that. Seriously, I think that's actually perfect match.
perfect. Well, Robert Warboys, it's 1840 again. He's 20 years old. He goes to the bar and he hears about this haunted house in town. I don't know if he's from the area. It sounds like he's not, and he's just passing through.
Right.
And they're like, "Oh, did you see that haunted house? Blah blah blah. I hear this happens there, and this happens there, and this happens there." He calls bullshit to all the people in the bar talking about it. He actually calls it unadulterated poppycock, which is,
Oh,
can you imagine?
that is really bold, my friend.
And actually also very justifying of our theory that maybe he's like an effeminate little boy, because I feel like he could say bullshit or he could call it unadulterated poppycock. And I'm like,
Poppycock is a crazy way to say that, and I
I'm like,
love it.
you sound so silly. I love that.
You are being extremely silly.
Um I know that was just like the wording of the time, but in today's world, if like my father had the nerve to call something unadulterated poppycock, I would go, "What's happening?"
Please question yourself, sir. Please ask why you're doing this.
The other people in the bar that he called bullshit on were like, "If you're that fucking brave or you don't believe us, then you go spend a night in there."
Yes.
And Robert Warboys, who's this 20-year-old bro dude, or that's what he's trying to proclaim he is,
Mhm.
he did not back down from a challenge. And so that night, he leaves the bar and goes straight to the house and calls the landlord and is like, "Give me your most haunted room for one night, please."
Okay. So now, is this an apartment, like a hotel? How is he just like going in there?
Excellent question. It is a random townhouse, and for anyone wondering, the second floor is said to be where the most haunted room is.
Okay.
But it was also 1840, and it sounds like this place kind of on and off was abandoned, and someone just kind of
Okay.
owned it. So I don't know if he was really putting anyone out by asking to
You
like
can just
stay
like
in the
get
vacant
access
room.
maybe from the landlord to
Yeah,
stay there.
it
Okay.
sounds like the landlord was like, "If you give me $50, you can stay there tonight. No one's in there anyway."
Gotcha. Okay.
Although the landlord was very hesitant about this, not for the reasons you and I would be hesitant that a strange man wants to be in my
Right.
house. I think because he thought it was truly so haunted, he was like, "You don't want to do that. I don't know who
Really?
put you up to this, but you don't want to do that."
Oh, wow. Okay. I was not expecting that take. All right.
And Robert Warboys is like, "No, I
Try again.
actually this is all poppycock,
Unadulterated poppycock, if you will.
and I'm gonna be here, and I'm gonna stay, and nothing's gonna happen."
Correct.
The landlord was like, "Okay, but if you stay, you have to there's two requests. That's it. First one, here's my gun, please take it."
Here's my first request. Take my weapon. What?
First of all, strange man in my house. Now also you're armed.
Please arm yourself. Yeah, yeah.
And rule 2, if anything happens, you have to call me. If anything happens. And
If anything happens.
um I guess at the time there was like a rope in the room that the guy was going to be staying in that had a bell on the other end of it, and that rope led all the way to the landlord's room.
Oh, so he could ring the bell from okay, okay.
So that way the landlord would hear the bell in his room, but the guy could. It was almost like pulling like a pulley or something.
Yeah, like a little like but they used to have servant bells.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So the landlord was like, "Please ring that if anything happens. Also, here's a gun."
Also, if you need a extra cup of tea, just do a little ding-a-ling-a-ling and I'll be right up.
And also, again, I feel like I've had to say this weirdly too many times on this show, but shooting a ghost has never solved anything.
I don't think so. I think it's only caused more problems
Yes.
in my recollection.
So anyway, he goes, "Fine, give me your gun. I'll sit up there. Maybe I'll shoot something. We'll see."
We'll see.
Uh, Not even an hour into Robert Warboys being in this room, the landlord hears his bell ringing and then a gunshot.
Oh no.
The landlord runs upstairs, and this is what he sees. This is a quote from one of the newspapers back then. "Sir Robert was wedged in the corner of the room, the still smoking pistol caught in the white-knuckled grip of his fear-contorted corpse.
Corpse.
His lips were peeled back from his clenched teeth in a grimace of horror.
What?
and his eyes seemed to be literally bulging from his skull. So he truly died of fright.
What the fucking hell? Okay, this poor little guy.
I know.
I didn't think he was gonna die from the ghost.
Imagine all the people who dared him at the bar. They're
I
like,
know. You
"Ugh,
must
that."
feel real shitty now, but you're also like, told you.
I know. It's like two things
It's
can be
like,
true at once.
yeah, but like, when is it too soon to say told you so? Probably.
You know, the first time everyone got together at the bar, like a week later, and they're like, "Can we say it yet?" Because
Yeah,
that was
yeah, yeah.
crazy.
Are we okay? Yeah. Oh
The
god, that's
landlord ended up looking around to be like, "What the fuck did this guy shoot
yeah.
at?" And he found the bullet mark, but there was nothing. There was nobody there. There was nothing there. The room was left completely untouched.
What the fuck, dude?
And that began, at least, the lore that this house kills people to like scares them to death.
I
Is
don't like that.
essentially.
Like, I'm always about down to go to a haunted house and get scared and all that. I love it, but I don't necessarily want my life to be at risk. I don't feel the need to be armed, hopefully,
Yeah.
And also, like, it didn't even seem to help that he was armed.
Right. It's like, well, I guess I'm just walking in to not make it out, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, I don't feel good about any of this.
Well, it was after this story, one, that the house became known as the house that scares you to death, but two, this is when the town got the name for the creature that must be killing people in this house, and it became known as the Nameless Thing.
Like, that's actually, I thought it was super cute when you first said it, and now I feel really threatened about it.
It was because of the cutesy rich neighborhood, the Nameless Thing of Berkeley Square. It sounds like something.
Posh.
It sounds like the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants books.
Yes, it sounds
Yeah.
like a Paddington, like a chapter in Paddington. I've never read Paddington, but it sounds like something from Paddington Bear. I don't know.
Well, so in 1843, this is only 3 years later, the house is still abandoned, dilapidated. I guess a landlord or maybe like a property owner still exists, but
Yeah.
it seems like people are not living here.
Sheesh.
There are two sailors in town. Their ship came into port that day, I think. Their names were Edward and Robert. And they went out drinking. They went out drinking so much that they accidentally spent all their money that they were supposed to use on a hotel
Oops.
drinking. So they ended up not having a place to stay. They
If
couldn't
you keep
afford it.
drinking, you don't need a hotel.
Yeah, it keeps you warm.
Mm.
But it ended up keeping them out a little too late, and they needed a place to crash but had no money. So they ended up
Okay, I see where we're going.
either hearing about this house or walking past it and seeing that it was abandoned. They snuck in to sleep, and of course, of all the rooms they decided to sleep in, it was the haunted room.
Mm-hmm.
So it said that Edward, as soon as he went in there, he told Robert, "Hey, this room makes me feel like really freaking weird. Like there's something here, something, it feels like something's looking at us. I feel really anxious. But what are you going to do?" Also, they were both drunk, so I think they just went to bed.
Yep.
So, you and I have had that experience where you're
Totally.
like, "Oh, there's definitely something in this hotel room." Anyway, good night.
Anyway, love you. Bye.
So soon after falling asleep, Edward, the one who was feeling anxious,
Yep.
wakes up to a really bad smell in the house.
That's bad already. It's bad.
Then he hears heavy but slow, loud footsteps coming up the stairs.
Hey, that's so frightening. Especially like you're in an abandoned place. You're already feeling on edge. You're like, could this be someone who like owns the place? Like, you don't even know. It sounds like it could be someone threatening. You don't even have the landlord's gun with you, probably.
Finally, maybe I need the gun. Yeah.
I get it. Now I would be like, where's my gun that I don't own?
Well, I will actually say they did have a gun with them.
Oh, they did? Okay, okay, okay. That must have been comforting for for 5 seconds before they realized it was the Nameless thing.
Well, the window didn't open by itself, and so they were using the gun to wedge the window open. And
That's
so
a very Christine move. Okay, go on.
And so their gun was actually on the other side of the room. So it's like a horror movie when you're lying in bed and you know your weapon's all the way over there.
You like reach over under the nightstand and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah. It's like,
Oh
fuck,
God.
I needed a goddamn breeze tonight, didn't I?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So anyway, they hear this heavy, loud footsteps, these coming up the stairs.
Nightmare.
He wakes up Robert, and both of them not only hear the footsteps, but then once the steps get to the top of the stairs, they hear something heavy and wet dragging itself towards them. And they hear a footstep and then a sloshy dragging.
A lurch.
A lurch.
Yuck.
And then all of a sudden they see the shadow on the floor getting closer to them and the sound of their own door creaking open. And then they see the monster jump towards them.
It jumps? Uh-oh.
Edward reaches for the gun, but this thing was faster than them, landed on top of him, and wrapped itself around Edward's neck.
Oh, okay. Well, like, see, this is also unfair because it's like if you're going to be moving really fast, then don't slowly stomp down the hallway and make me think like, oh, at least I have the advantage of speed on my side, you know?
That's the
That's
last
so
that's
scary.
an extra aha moment of
It
like,
is.
ooh.
It's like it's lurching, and then all of a sudden it's like lurch. I mean, oh God, help me. No, I don't like this one bit.
Well, so Robert was able to escape. He actually found a cop in town, and the cop followed him back. But when they got back, they could not find Edward in the room anymore, but the house was silent. They ended up searching the house, and when they got down to the basement, they found Edward on the stairs, his neck broken,
Oh,
his head contorted in a weird way, his mouth wide open as if it were screaming, and his eyes wide with horror, like the
shut
last person.
up! Ew, that's so grotesque.
Another version is that Edward was not found on the basement stairs, but that Robert actually watched the monster wrap around Edward and then throw Edward out the open window onto a fence post, which impaled him.
Oh God. Okay.
Either way, I'm pretty sure Robert went to fucking jail for murder. Like, no
Well,
one's
I
gonna
mean,
believe.
really, that's a really rough sell. Like, you gotta believe me, it was lurching.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Uh, From here, depending on the story you hear, the monster takes many shapes because all we ever heard was the monster, but people kind of used context clues to put together what they thought the
yeah.
monster looked like.
And
And
it's
so,
making me uncomfortable that I don't know more detail mentally.
well,
Like, I just picture like a blob.
right. And so a lot of people say that it's just like this literal amorphous, like slimy blob
Right.
because they were hearing something wet and like suctiony kind of walking
It
towards
sounds
them.
like a blob. Yeah, like a swamp monster or something.
They also say that maybe it was a gray mist. Some people say brown mist. Other people say it's a shadow person. Other people say it was one collection of multiple shadows.
Like
Hate that.
Legion. Oh,
But a lot of people say that um, through all of this, because it was heavy and wet and dragging itself and felt like it had some suctions and was able to wrap itself around his neck and everything, people have decided that the nameless thing on Berkeley Square is a giant octopus.
shut the fuck up. Okay, I'm just holding up the card now. The Cryptid. It looks like the Cryptid Times. Okay,
Is this like
Saturday.
the Saturday Evening Post or something?
The nameless
Sat-
thing of Berkeley Square. It's like an old timey sketch from a newspaper. It's like a Victorian girl sitting in a chair and these giant tentacles coming through like a frame. It looks like a
yeah.
mirror or a frame, like coming toward her. Ugh!
Yeah. So anyway, that is what we know. We assume it's an octopus.
Oh my God.
And then people are like, well, how would an octopus survive in London? And
That's a great question. How would a legion of demons sklorch along the floor? You know, I have
Sklorch.
questions too, so shut the fuck up.
Well,
Also, I was
it's
thinking giant squid, but I think like same vibes, right?
same vibes.
Yeah,
Tentacles.
yeah,
Tentacles.
yeah. Tentacles.
A lot of people defend this argument by saying, well, he must live under the streets in the sewer. And at the time, London had
Just to be clear, I'm not signing off on that. When I said it doesn't mean I'm signing off immediately on the explanation of the octopus. I just think like have an open mind, everyone.
yeah, understood. I hear you.
Mm.
I guess at the time, London had a rat problem. And so I don't know if they still do. I'm sorry, London. I don't know enough about your rats.
It feels like you would. No offense.
It does feel like I would.
Not you, London.
Oh.
It feels like MU would have a rat problem. No, it feels like London would have a rat problem still. Like I don't see. I mean, New York still has a rat problem. DC still has a rat problem. I don't see why London.
DC is a horrible rat problem.
DC is crazy.
No, I took it as a compliment though, like with my ADHD.
Oh, that you would know.
That I would just have random knowledge about that.
I thought you were insinuating that I claimed that you had a rat problem yourself, and I was like, that's really a rude thing to say. I promise that's not what I mean.
I thought you were saying it feels like something you would know about, and I was like, well,
you know what? That I will sign off on. It does feel like something you would know.
so I'm disappointed in myself, but something to spiral through tonight.
Yep.
Anyway, people say, well, obviously it lives in the sewers under London and lives off of all the rats. That's how it could exist
Obviously.
here. And when it can't get an extra helping. Instead of eating rats, it eats the people that live in some
Okay, but, like, did
crack
it
above the sewer.
eat anybody?
That's a great question. It just scared them to death.
Yeah, I don't know that it ate anyone, did it?
No, that's a good
So,
point. So
explain that.
what the fuck are all these blogs talking about then?
Yeah, really. Come on, guys.
Well, okay, so now we're in the 1870s, and the house is bought by a guy named Mr. Myers for him and his bride to be. But guess what? Before the wedding, his wife dumped him. His fiance dumped him.
Ooh.
So he's heartbroken. He locks himself away in this house as if it's his personal tower, and he wanders the halls at night with a candle, apparently just crying and crying and crying. So sad. This actually added to the reports from neighbors saying that this place was haunted because they would see a random light in the middle of the night wandering the halls and they'd hear wailing at odd hours. It was like, no, girl, he
Oh.
was just depressed.
He's just really sad. He's not a giant squid. Leave him alone.
So if you're having
He's just, like, squelching through his tears.
if you're having a depressive era, just know that maybe you're someone's neighborhood lore. You
And,
know,
like, isn't that fun? Let
That's
that brighten
fun.
your day for just a glimpse, you know?
It would help me. I'd be like, at least I like am someone's like
At least I'm good
dinner
for
conversation.
something. Yeah.
There are more extreme rumors that he was so devastated by this heartbreak that he got into like devil worship to try and get
Mhm.
her back, which
That
added
makes
fuel
sense.
to the rumors that the house is haunted. They also used it as like a justification as to why it was haunted to begin with, and maybe he brought them all in.
Okay, like, his, like, negative energy, I guess?
Maybe
Again,
or
like,
like
that's a lot to put on this guy. He's just depressed.
he's going through a lot.
Sheesh.
And fun fact, by the way, he actually failed to pay his taxes, probably because he was so fucking depressed.
Yeah, because when he got to the part that said spouse.
Oh, dependent. Oh.
Anyway.
Well, he couldn't pay his taxes, but the magistrate excused it, quote, because he lived in the haunted house.
Oh, they were like, actually, if anyone gets a pass.
They were like, you're going through it. You're like,
Woo.
we don't need to know about that. They probably didn't
get
even want
it.
to touch the haunted papers.
It's too bad.
Okay, a few years after that, a guy named Lord Littleton, who I feel like I've said his name before in past stories, but he was
He
interested in
sounds
paranormal
like
stuff.
Lord Farquaad.
He is a little evil. But anyway, he heard that this place was haunted. He was in town. He wanted to stay the night, try his hand at this haunted room. He was a skeptic, but he also wasn't an idiot. And he was like, based on everything else I've heard, I'm bringing my own fucking gun. So
Okay.
he
And I'm not
stayed-
using it to prop the window open, I guess.
I'm snuggling it. So in bed that night, he hears shuffling and apparently sees a shadowy ball of tentacles.
First of all, that feels a little bit suspicious. Like a little
Oh,
sus
on
that you'd
the
see a
nose.
shadowy ball of like it feels like somebody in the corner has a flashlight and is going like ooh
It
with their
does just
fingers.
feel like like if you're looking at it, if you're thinking of just a shadow of a ball of tentacles, that's just like a wig or something.
That's what it's like your fingers are like you can make it up like somebody's doing a shadow puppet. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe
But
he
it feels
just
like
wanted the
you'd see
attention.
a blob and then you'd be like, "Oh my god, it's tentacles." And it's like,
You're right.
no. You
Right.
know, that's just like the fireplace logs. I don't know. I just feel like yeah, I agree with you. I mean, not that I should be just like shitting on this guy's observations, but
Well,
it just feels like a stretch.
Every time I'm sleeping in a new place, the shadows freak me out at night.
Exactly. And
if I were-
especially if you're on edge
and going there knowing that it's haunted. I mean, it could have
by
been
an octopus.
it could have been like a plant, like a fern or something,
Exactly.
you know?
Exactly.
Either way, for the story,
It could have
At
been
the
the
very
stuffed
least.
octopus they keep in the corner.
that would be hysterical. If the
That would
landlord
be
was
crazy.
like, we're just going to keep it right here.
We're just going to put that here next to this flashlight and see what happens.
Well, he ends up shooting at this thing.
Cool.
Should have hit it if it's like just in his bedroom and he has a whole ass shotgun with him.
Now, was he shooting at the shadow? Because it's like, well, if you're shooting at the shadow,
Now
it's
that's a
like
good question.
you should be shooting at what's casting the shadow. But again, now I'm getting a little in the weeds. Sorry.
You're not asking
I've
questions.
got a lot of questions.
I haven't asked you to stop. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but I think maybe you're too nice to do that. So,
Well,
I'll
he
tell
shot
myself
it.
to stop.
He shot at something. He at least shot at the shadow, which is a great point. That like that's not what you shoot at.
That's not really how that works. Yeah, unless it's like a shadow figure. You know.
Another thing that's interesting to me is that he then just like went to sleep and then decided he would investigate in the morning. And I'm like,
Oh,
you weren't scared to see if it was
that's a
still
choice.
alive?
although I feel like you do hear that, right? Of like the paranormal apathy or whatever I forget who called. I think
Hmm.
Astonishing Legends talks about that a lot, where people will write in and be like, I saw this like ridiculous thing and shadow person, and then I just rolled over and went to sleep. Like it seems like a thing that happens at night. Like people will,
I mean, I've had that when I saw my grandpa.
yeah,
But I don't know if I had enough adrenaline to want to slay something.
fair enough. If you're shooting a gun, it feels a little bit like maybe that would kind of shake you out of your stupor.
I would really love to talk to a psychologist if I had enough brain power and feeling to want to shoot something, but then go
Yes.
to bed. That would be crazy.
Yes. Yes. I would agree with that. Yeah.
So he shoots at this thing. He wakes up the next morning to go look for it, and it's not there. Which, duh, he had all night to get away. But also, maybe there was just nothing there to begin with.
Is
Um,
there a bullet hole? Did they ever discuss that, or was it just like we don't even know?
there was like bullet marks, but then you could say he was just shooting the wall, just
And
to
also,
say he
like
shot
other people
something.
were shooting in there before, so I don't know.
Yeah, this
It
is the third
feels
person with a gun.
Jesus. I mean, okay.
And when asked about it later, I don't know what he went through. I don't know if he was like maybe totally freaked out. Maybe he was just doing it for the newspapers. But when asked about the house, he did say that it was, quote, supernaturally fatal to body and mind.
Oh, supernaturally fatal.
Which, if I remember when we wrote a book, remember in the back of one of them when we had to write like quotes, or we were supposed to get quotes from other people, and I was like, no, we'll just do it ourselves.
Yeah, no, we were both supposed to get quotes, and then you were like, "I'll handle it," and I was like, "Thank God," because I don't feel like it.
Well, I did something on the back of one of them where like it was a quote from Zach Bagans, but it was like something he said like on his show and not directly about us or our
Extremely
book.
good. Extremely good.
I feel like I would do that again here with Lord Littleton, where like if we had to do another book and like the quote was
Yes.
supernaturally fatal to body and mind.
Like that feels like the biggest compliment
Yeah.
ever.
I'd be
Yeah.
like, thanks so much.
That's so kind.
So, okay, a few years after he's there, a man and his daughters move in. Immediately, day of, the daughter's like, what's that really bad smell?
Oh
She actually said it was similar to like a zoo and like the animals hadn't been cleaned up lately.
no. Oh, okay. So like
Like bad.
poop.
Yeah.
Poop smell.
Well, a
Or
day later.
sewage. Just
Oh,
saying.
Christine.
Mm.
Well, the next day, that same daughter's fiance was going to come to town as well and stay with them. So the maid went upstairs to fix up his room, the haunted room, of course.
Of course.
And very soon after, the family hears the maid screaming in horror from that room, and they run up to find her on the floor, repeating nonstop, "Don't let it touch me."
Ew, 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 ew. I'm glad she's not dead. I thought we were going to find another one, and that was sad. But wow, that's dark.
She was in total shock. She couldn't say what she saw. She just kept saying, "Don't let it touch me." So they brought her to like a mental hospital,
Oh.
and within an hour, she was dead.
No! Why did I say it? Why did I even go there?
Well, the next day, the fiance like was already probably on
He's
his
like,
like
"Doo-doo-doo, here
3-day
I
Oregon
come."
Trail trek to get here.
Yeah, exactly. Oh no.
So he finally shows up and he's like, "Oh my God, that's crazy. I can't, like, what did she find? Let me go investigate and see what she saw."
What an idiot. Go run far away. Everybody run away.
Well, so he goes up there by himself. Sure enough, the family hears him screaming. The story on some sources also said there were gunshots, but that could be getting mixed up with the other stories. They find him upstairs, dead,
Hmm.
and his face was, quote, depending on the source, twisted in horror or contorted in fear.
I think I would say those are probably similar.
Yeah, similar enough.
Similar, if not same.
So that's now like the fourth or fifth person in that room to die from fright.
Yeah, that's really not good news.
Nowadays, it is an antique bookshop called
Oh.
called Mag's Brothers. It is still said to be haunted to this day. Employees have said that they've experienced some spooky stuff. Although the owner, I don't know if he's just trying to like get away from the original lore of this, but he's like, "Oh, there are ghosts, but they're of the authors connected to the books." It's like,
yeah, right. Okay,
okay,
well,
guy.
I'm sure he's just sick of filling in bullet holes in the walls. I mean, that's got to be really annoying. Imagine how much toothpaste that would take.
Thank you for admitting what you use, because I knew it was not going to be the right
It was
material.
certainly not like the caulk or whatever they call it that I refuse to say.
They call it poppycock, actually.
Poppy caulk. Fill the walls with poppy caulk.
unadulterated poppycock
Oh, actually, that's
toothpaste.
pretty fun. I like that.
So anyway, he says the ghosts are connected to the books, which I guess if you're there by yourself at night, that you got to tell yourself
I
something.
mean, exactly. And I like honestly, I'm sure it's not that either. Like I'm sure they're there too, probably. You know.
Well, the employees, this is how haunted the place still is. The second floor where all the activity is,
Hmm.
employees are not allowed to go up to that entire floor, even to use it as storage. Even the manager himself is not allowed to go up there. It is prohibited by the police. There is
Whoa!
apparently, I noticed either still on the wall or in the office or something, but there's a police report from the 1950s that bans anyone from going up there.
What the fuck? From the
Um,
1950s still. Wow.
1950s. So I don't know how tightly or
That's
loosely that rule is followed, but the employees do say like we are not allowed up there.
yeah, that's
Um,
pretty nutty.
investigators, I guess, have been up there or have gone up to the floor at least, and maybe not the room. I'm not sure, but investigators have gone up there. They said that they haven't found much activity. However, 50 Berkeley Square is still called by many the most haunted house in London, and even my favorite, Harry Price, who was the Zach Bagans before Zach Bagans,
Mm.
back in the 1920s said that he looked into the place and he believed that it was a quote particularly nasty poltergeist that lived there.
Oh, okay. I
One
mean, I would
article,
believe that. That sounds like what's happening.
yeah, and one article. I mean, it's literally just scaring people. Maybe he's just really good at it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
One article said that the walls of the house are found saturated with electric horror.
Oh,
Well,
that's
it's like,
beautiful.
okay, poetry.
Okay.
And to this day, people, I'm assuming mainly employees, have reported that there are sounds of moving, dragging, and items throwing themselves upstairs. Apparently, on the main floor too, you can hear dragging and things moving themselves around. You hear knocking upstairs. You smell strange smells. There's moving mists. The doors and windows will slam themselves open and shut.
Oof.
People hear old bells ringing, even though the bell is no longer there.
Oh, the like little servant bell?
Hmm.
Oh, and that landlord probably can still hear it in his dreams. Well, okay,
Ugh.
he's definitely dead by now. But like
But
I
his great
mean,
grandson
woof.
can.
Oh god, yes, for sure.
People hear screaming upstairs, crying upstairs, footsteps banging around upstairs. They've apparently seen items throw themselves out of the window.
Oh my god, like the girl. Oh no. And the guy. Oh
Oh,
wait, hold on. The guy also they said was thrown out the window, Edward.
yeah.
Or potentially one of the stories, right?
Also, that confirms that there are items upstairs still, and they're just like chucking them. It's like, if you're not going to come up here and clean this
Oh
place up, I'll do it.
yeah. Good point. Like get this shit out of my house. Yeah.
People in older period clothing have been seen standing in the windows.
Mm.
Um,
I hope they're not trapped there. That sounds dark.
yeah, I mean, that's a good point. But I guess if the windows opened and closing, at least they're getting some fresh air.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, use their gun to prop it open for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God one of the haunts here, nobody hears a fucking gun just going off.
That would be extremely upsetting if that were like a constant. Yeah.
Can you imagine if that was the way your house haunts you, is that you just hear random gun
I
violence?
wonder if that's a thing. Because I feel like you hear other, like, people hear car crash repeating or like people
Yeah.
falling. I wonder if that's ever anywhere like is that a thing in like Gettysburg or something? Do people hear gunshots?
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I've heard
And cannonballs, I've heard. Yeah.
it's funny you mentioned that, because I was gonna say I think I only ever hear about that on like battlefields. So
Like
like
battlefields, right?
I grew
Maybe
up
it's
on
because there's so much of it.
I grew up on an old battlefield, and everyone was always saying, "Oh, I heard a gunshot. I heard a gunshot." But also, we live in Virginia.
Brag.
Yeah, yeah. Quit flexing.
I lived in
Um,
downtown Cincinnati. I heard many gunshots.
yeah. So it's like I can't tell if that's real or someone was just like shooting in their backyard.
Just another day. Yeah.
Um. Anyway, the main thing people know this house for is that people go temporarily insane and then die from fear.
That's like extremely upsetting to me.
And the most scary part, of course, is the thing, the nameless thing that,
Of course.
again, is maybe a shadow person, maybe an octopus. We don't know. Maybe a mist.
Nobody
And
knows.
uh, this nameless thing, I'll end on this, but one paper actually described the thing as a vile, phantasmagorical killer from beyond the grave.
Oh my god, who's writing loving this shit. This is amazing.
We need to bring back critical reading skills and writing
No, for
skills
real.
immediately.
Phantasmagorical? Are you kidding me? SAT much?
Like, the fact that someone just threw that out of their brain, but, like, people these days can't tell the difference between there.
I know. It's like I, I'm really impressed. I'm inspired, really.
Ugh. Well, uh, anyway, that's the Nameless thing of Berkeley Square.
That's honestly one of my favorites you've ever done, I think.
Really? Oh
Yeah,
my
I don't
gosh,
know
thank
why.
you.
I didn't even know what was coming, but something about a nameless thing. I actually got quite frightened about it. And people, I mean, that's scary.
Wow.
And I can't believe I've never heard of it. I feel like this deserves more attention, you know?
I you gotta thank the Cryptid cards.
I'm really thanking them.
Yeah.
And when you said you went to Delaware, I was assuming this was coming from Delaware, but
No.
no, just the
No.
cards were.
I should have done something from fucking Delaware, but
No, I like this. I like this one. This one's one of my new favorites, I think.
cool.
Yeah, I love it. Yay! Well, I'm really excited because I want to show you my ghost hunting apps that I used in Egypt, and I was just going through them yesterday, and I found like some fun stuff that I had captured
Mhm.
at like different spots. So I
Yeah.
thought during the intermission I could play those. So
Yeah.
if you want to hop on Patreon, or I guess you can access it through podcast, whatever podcast app you're on. We're gonna do a little intermission yappy hour. But do you want to have a quick pee break before that?
Yes. Yes.
Yay!
Christine, it is almost January, which for me is doctor season.
No, say it
And
ain't so.
it ain't so. So I guess it is so. And unfortunately, I've got a lot of things I gotta do. I gotta check my hearing, gotta check my eyeballs, gotta check my what else? I have a lot of doctors coming up, and I don't know where to look. Oh wait, yes I do. I have to go to ZocDoc.
No, it's really amazing. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high quality in network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment. They have, we've been using this for, I think, like 10 years or something,
Mhm.
like nine, like a really long time.
Yeah.
And nowadays it's so much more robust even than it was then. You don't have to call anybody on the phone. You can see more than 100,000 doctors on the app across every specialty from mental health to dental health, etc. And you can filter them by insurance, see their ratings and reviews and their openings. So you don't even have to call the office. Just click it. And then within 24 to 72 hours, you've got an appointment.
Stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/drink to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/drink. ZocDoc.com/drink.
If you're still overpaying for wireless, what's wrong with you? It's time to
Mm-mm.
say yes to saying no. I love that. That's beautiful sentiment.
I love that too. With Mint Mobile, their favorite word is no. There's no contracts. There's no monthly bills. There's no overages. There's no hidden fees. There's no BS. And
Mm.
it was the easiest switch we could have ever made. And you can get premium wireless for $15 a month on top of that.
$15 a month. That means you can ditch overpriced wireless and their jaw dropping monthly bills, especially nowadays. Like, let's cut costs, people. Plans start at just $15 a month and come with high speed data, unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. We have never experienced an issue using Mint Mobile. I love to have it. It's such a good backup, especially on the Tour iPad when we forget to, when why am I saying we? I forget to prepare and get on the Wi Fi. And then suddenly I'm like, oh, thank God, we have Mint Mobile.
It has never failed us. We love Mint Mobile. We love it. Ready to say yes to saying no? Then make the switch at mintmobile.com/ATWWD. That's mintmobile.com/ATWWD.
Upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent to $15 a month. Limited time new customer offer for first 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details. All right, everyone. We just had the spookiest conversation with a ghost in my house. And he said, come over here. And we said, where? And he said, the window. But if you want to see the rest, you can go to our Patreon.
And you can only imagine how the rest went. Yeah.
Yeah. And I cannot because I already forget. Otherwise, I probably would tell you. So, anyway, that was really creepy and fun. And I love me some Ghost Tube. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you a story. This one is wild. This is the story of the disappearance of Robert Bobby Dunbar.
Bobby Dunbar. Sounds
Bobby
like a
Dunbar.
little kid from the 50s.
Well, it's a kid born in 1908.
Oh,
But you're close.
okay.
So he was born May 23rd, 1908 to Leslie and Percy Dunbar of Opelousas, Louisiana. The Dunbars were a respected middle-class family. Percy, the dad, worked in real estate and insurance, and they were active in the Methodist Church. They had like quite a big community. And within the family, they had two sons. There was Bobby, who's the eldest. He was 4 years old, and his younger brother, Alonzo.
Okay.
The boys were very close. They played a lot outdoors together. And this is where I tell you that the context of the family is important, because one of the themes of the story is kind of how the media portrayed these people during a time of like great trauma in their lives, and the other people affected. And the way that like the media framed missing children stories back then is
Hmm.
really alarming, and probably showcases some of the similar issues we have today with like who gets media attention when they go missing, and
Right.
that kind of thing. And so we're going to get forward here to 1912. It's August 23rd, 1912. The Dunbars are taking a summer trip to Swayze Lake, which is a swampy, alligator-filled area in St. Landry Parish, Louisiana.
Why are we vacationing there?
Because we live in Louisiana. I have no idea.
I would love. You really did just spark something in me. Speaking of my ADHD rabbit holes, I can't wait later to go waste time looking up where people used to vacation in 1912. Like,
Isn't that interesting?
because if you didn't have an amusement park, where would you vacation? Just to like,
Well, I'm reading the book The God of the Woods, or I think it's called God of the Woods, and it talks about people, like well-to-do people vacationing in the Adirondacks back in the day. So
oh,
apparently that was a thing.
now that I understand.
Yeah, so I'm sure there are those like pockets. But yeah, I guess they were out and they were just camping, so it wasn't like they
Mm.
were like on some destination, vacation, but
I feel like
they
I
were
did. I just told a lot about myself when I was like, what would you possibly have to do out there without an
without
amusement park?
stimulation, without like constant stimulation and gift shops everywhere. Yeah.
100%.
Where would I get all my pins and stickers? That would be so tragic.
Like in 1912, I would have so much more money.
Oh, we'd be rich, I know, because we wouldn't spend all our money on fucking
Exactly.
tchotchkes. Okay, so they're in this rustic area, very thickly wooded, swampland, marshland, alligators. On August 23rd, the adults are preparing lunch, and 4-year-old Bobby wanders off from camp.
Mm.
Different accounts differ. Accounts differ.
Can you believe it?
Accounts differ slightly, but most say he was playing near the water's edge with other children when he vanished. When his family realized they were missing, they, of course, panicked. They start searching immediately. They find muddy footprints leading away from the lake, reportedly toward a nearby railroad trestle, suggesting he may have walked off rather than drowned. So despite days of searching, they find no sign of poor Bobby. They find not a single piece of clothing, no footprints beyond just the railroad trestle, no remains, nothing. Most people at this point were speculating that, of course, alligators or quicksand, which unfortunately are big problems there, had claimed this little boy if he wandered off. But because of the footprints that they found leading to the railroad, some people speculated that, somebody passing through may have abducted him.
Okay.
So over the following week, searchers dragged the lake. They actually used dynamite in the lake to displace the water and look for remains.
Feels.
I
understand.
1912.
Yeah, I understand, but it also feels a little Wile E. Coyote of
big time. They dropped a huge anvil in the middle of the pond. What?
And a big piano too.
A big piano fell out of the sky.
Well, no, because you would think what if he's still alive and now you've just dynamited him?
Exactly. And my thought was well, I guess if you're trying to displace the water,
sure.
He's probably, it's probably too late anyhow. They did find remains, but only of a deer, so not of any human. And so I don't know if the water splashed up and then splashed down. I don't know if you had to wait for it to fill back up.
It does feel like it should all go ooh,
and then just splash. Right, exactly.
Not a drop missing.
And almost every fish goes with it and then lands exactly where it was. It feels like a cartoon to dynamite the fucking swampland. But
it does.
They did that. They did a lot looking for this little kid. They looked in local cabins, outbuildings, anywhere where he may have like wandered to, but they found not a single trace of him. They even actually took so he was wearing this straw hat, and they took like the exact same type of straw hat and put it on the water to see if it would
Mm,
sink because they were thinking like, oh, well, if he had drowned, would this hat have floated? And the hat floated for hours and hours. And they thought like that's kind of when they determined like, oh, there's a chance he wandered away because we probably would have
sure.
found the hat. I don't know what
Whew.
the case is with an alligator. I mean, honestly, I don't know much about how they attack
That's a great
deer.
point. I
Yeah.
totally forgot about the alligators for a second. But that, it makes you really appreciate the science we have today because they literally had to go on a guess based on whether or not a hat could float.
Yes, I know. I
They're like,
know.
maybe he's walking somewhere now.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like they were doing all sorts of like it feels very rudimentary, like tests, like
It does give me a little less respect for detectives back in the day because I'm like, everyone was just guessing shit. You could just
yeah, and
guess.
also it's sort of like, well, you're floating a hat around, but like that doesn't prove anything.
Yeah,
Like
but you're
if
the
it
inspector in town. Like,
yeah, it's like if it sinks, okay, but you're gonna also dynamite the water and not find it. Like I just don't really understand, but I guess it's a cheap test if you're gonna do a test to put a
sure.
straw hat in the water, I guess. But it just seems a little bit strange to me as well. The Dunbars offered a $6,000 reward, which today, just to give you an idea, is drumroll please $200,397. So
Damn.
upfront offered for their child's safe return. And this is when
Hmm.
newspapers really caught on and started spreading the story.
Sure.
The case quickly became very public, very dramatic. It was about, they focused on the parents and their devotion and their loss and all the steps they were taking to get their boy back. Reports centered heavily on Leslie's grief, and they were like writing everything in this fanciful language, like, oh, she faints over herself, like I'm sure
Right.
they were making it sound extra dramatic,
Sure.
but they were really like milking this story as far as not the family, but the newspapers, um, about Leslie's grief, the mother's grief.
Well, also, I imagine as a business, they were probably thinking like, if they've got this kind of money, we want to do everything we can to look like we were certainly, helping or trying to get the story out
But they're
there or
not even that
something.
rich. It's sort of like they were like middle class folks. I mean, they weren't like they were clearly well off enough to be offering a shit ton of money to the public, but I think, like, it was more like the all-American angle, like, these all-American
Got it.
people, they're
Okay.
just like you, and they're going through this horror. Can you imagine what this is like? Which, people, of course, like, ate it up, right? Like, I mean, any sort of like, if you think, like, I mean, any of the cases nowadays where people get fixated and follow, and a lot of them are huge because it's like people that look like you, or
Mhm.
somebody where you think, I can't believe this happened to that person, and that's kind of the angle they run with. So the newspapers start sharing all the information about the family and the boy being missing, and people all over the nation started to get invested. This went on for 8 months, and the family lived in this like grief stricken limbo. Leslie reportedly suffered severe depression. Percy threw himself 100% into his work and searching for his son. And we fast forward those 8 months, and we're in April of 1913.
Okay.
Authorities in Columbia, Mississippi, arrest a man named William Cantwell Walters. He's a 35-year-old traveling piano tuner.
Uh, yep.
Other
Well,
sources listed his occupation as tinkerer.
that it sounded about the same to me as well. But
Correct.
God, I would give anything to be a tinkerer,
I
professional
knew you would. I
tinkerer.
literally was like trying to figure out your exact quote in response to that. And it was,
What a
oh, I wish I were
dream
a tinkerer. Yeah.
fucking job. Okay.
Yeah. And so that was his whole deal. But the reason he was arrested is that he had been moving between towns with a small boy that wasn't his.
Okay, got it.
And this small boy, people around town generally like gave it a pass because I guess that's just what you did back then. But when he was caught publicly whipping the boy,
Oh,
several townsfolk got together and said, "We got to get this guy looked at. And they also noticed the similarity, because this was such a sensational story, between the little boy and Bobby Dunbar, who was missing.
So for decades, men have just had this blind confidence then, huh? They're like, "Oh, I can steal a kid and whip him publicly and no
I
one
know.
will notice." Are you kidding me?
Well, just wait. So locals, of course, looked at this and said, we got to get him turned in. They notified authorities. But Walters maintained that the boy was not Bobby Dunbar, but actually Bruce Anderson. They said, who's Bruce Anderson? He said, oh, he's the illegitimate, quote unquote, son of Julia Anderson, a field hand and former caretaker from North Carolina. He said, no. Julia Anderson told me I could take Bruce while she looked for work, and that he was actually returning to her with her son when he was detained.
Okay.
Now, this is like wild, because all of a sudden you have this discovery of this little boy with this dude, this tinkerer slash traveling piano tuner, and this woman who's supposedly the mother of this child, Bruce Anderson, who works as a field hand. And so, like, you immediately see the class disparity of the working class family that was arrested and accused of like taking this boy, and then, you know, the Dunbars, who are at home in their Methodist community, like grieving publicly. And people started to immediately kind of, how should I say it? People started to classify them as sort of villain and good guy,
Sure.
just
Sure.
based on kind of their morality of their existence and how
Sure.
much money they had and what they did for a living. So Walters, of course, was a working class man living on the road, and they immediately made him sound suspicious as hell, although he was traveling with a small boy and whipping him. So I don't think it took much for them to convince
Right.
anybody, as far as I'm concerned. And then, the more affluent Dunbars were treated as like these trustworthy, heroic people. The child was placed in custody while the Dunbars were contacted that they may have found Bobby, their son. Percy and Leslie, of course, immediately traveled to Mississippi to view the boy. Now, this is where early newspaper reports conflicted, because some said the boy ran into his mother's arms, crying "mother," while others noted he seemed frightened and confused and even pulled away from her.
Oh shit. Okay, two very different
We don't
stories.
even know. Like, I mean, I hate that about the old reporting. It's like, okay, I get that you want to sell papers, but like, fucking tell me what happened, not like what you made up in your head.
Yeah.
It's crazy making. The next day, Leslie spent more time with the boy, and she gave him a bath, and he had been like completely filthy. And she gave him a bath, and she said immediately she recognized his moles, the scar on his foot, and she apparently shouted, "This is my son," and fainted, at least according to the sources.
But differing accounts are different. So.
Differing accounts are different, as a wise person once said. So, of course, everybody celebrated. They're saying, "Oh my God, the Dunbars finally found their home. We like a miracle upon miracles." The boy came home to Opelousas, where a parade, banners, and church bells welcomed his return. They had a big parade in the street, and he had to sit on the top of like a car and
Oh
ride
my
around
god.
town. There was also, of course, this like social narrative going on, right? That like this is justice, and these dirty poor people took this little boy from his special family, but now let's throw him a parade.
Right.
So they bring him home, and upon returning home, they tried to help the boy adjust. In doing so, they bought him a pony and a bicycle.
That's how my mom also handles things.
I know, I love that.
That's why
And
I love all my tchotchkes now, because
I
they feel like
know
love. No,
it
I
fills your heart.
truly, it's like, oh, let's like really like let's give him some calm peace after a really rough time. Here's a horse. It's
Here's
like
a pony, ride it around. You're 4.
it's like back up. Like I
Yeah.
need a nap and maybe
Please.
an apple.
I need a psychiatrist to please talk to me about what I've been going through, because I
Yeah.
almost got eaten by an alligator. You blew up a whole swamp to look for me. I mean, it's like the drama here.
My mom is passing out when I'm in the bath. I'm
I
sitting on cars and a big
know.
float, and I have
Uh,
a pony.
I mean, it feels like a movie. And so they bought him this pony and bicycle. And I love some of the sources said this was viewed as an extravagant gift for 1913. I go, it's probably less extravagant to give someone a horse back then than it is now, like a
Part of
4-year-old.
part of me literally was like, "Oh, is that just like
It's
his
like a
like
normal thing.
he's a man now. Here's a
He
horse,"
gets a
you know?
pony. Yeah, but no, apparently, like, even back then, it was quite an extravagant purchase. So family members later said these gestures helped him settle and, kind of warm him back up to calling Leslie and Percy mama and papa.
Mhm.
These rewards and the affection and stability they represented may have strengthened his identity as Bobby Dunbar, and later historians have pointed to this as an example of how, like, social reinforcement and comfort can shape a child's sense of self.
Mhm.
So after the Dunbars brought the boy home, newspapers nationwide celebrated the return. They praised the perseverance of his parents, and the tone toward Julia Anderson, unfortunately, was scathing and dismissive from the start. And this was the woman who claimed that this traveling tinkerer claimed was the actual mother of the boy he was with.
I see. Okay.
So Julia Anderson, the farmhand or the field hand, she learned about the Bobby Dunbar discovery through press reports in Mississippi and Louisiana. She immediately recognized details matching her missing son, Bruce.
Fuck.
This was a boy she had entrusted to one William Cantwell Walters, a piano tuner slash tinkerer she knew through her employer's family.
Okay, so she is like confirming his alibi, this guy, where he's like,
Correct.
okay.
Julia told reporters she had allowed Walters to take Bruce with him for a short trip so the child could see parts of the region, and that Walters had written her once or twice afterward. When months passed without further contact, she assumed he had returned to Mississippi with the boy and was waiting to see him again, not realizing the pair were being sought for kidnapping. When she saw the news of Walter's arrest, she stated plainly, "That boy is mine. I let Mr. Walters take him because he was fond of him and I knew he would treat him kindly." Clearly that didn't happen.
And he's
But
whipping him publicly.
yeah. With little money, Julia accepted financial help from a newspaper who paid for her to travel to Opelousas, Louisiana to see the child. Upon arrival, she faced an immediate disadvantage. Here's why. Reporters described her as a, quote, plain woman, ignorant and unrefined. Someone actually called her like a, a big, burly woman, or just like really like unnecessary
Oh my
commentary.
god. It's just like she's not much to write home about.
Yeah, like she's a rough one, you know? I mean, it's like, okay, she works in a fucking field. I'd like you to see you do that.
Right, right, right.
The local authorities, to kind of test her, brought her 5 small boys and she was meant to pick which one was her son. This is already like so traumatic.
What a weird little guessing game. It's like she's
I
gonna know which one's her
know.
fucking kid.
So here's the thing though, she hadn't seen him in a long time, right? Because he's been traveling around with this other man. And she'd not seen him in nearly a year. And this was her son was 4, so this was like a 3-year-old to a 4-year-old, and the boys were all roughly the same age and roughly looked alike. So everyone's watching her, putting this pressure on her. She's completely overwhelmed, and she reportedly said, "I can't be sure right now. It's been so long."
Hmm.
Now, this hesitation, of course, people immediately jumped on. It was portrayed as proof that she was lying or was delusional. And the next day, after she was able to spend time with the boy privately, she felt this flood of relief and said, "Okay, it is my son, Bruce. I've found him." She insisted to the court and to reporters that the child recognized her and that he had a small birthmark on his neck that she could identify. But despite her insistence, the public had already turned on her, and the press instead framed her as morally suspect, emphasizing that she was unmarried, had had
Oh, that's
multiple
why?
oh yeah, multiple children, and they basically contrasted her with the respectable church-going Leslie Dunbar and
Oh
said,
my
"Well,
god.
who do you think should be the mother of this boy?"
I thought you were gonna say that they had already turned on her because of the fair argument to me that like you haven't seen your kid in a year and that's all it takes for you to not know what your
Okay,
fucking kid looks like.
but remember Leslie said she didn't know and until she gave him a bath.
That's true. Both of them needed a second. So yeah.
Because she also said, like, she wasn't sure and then gave him a bath and said, like, "Oh, wow, it is him." So,
I expected that to be a reason before, well, she's unmarried and has other kids. It's like, what? That
oh,
doesn't
yeah,
make
no,
any
it
fucking
has
sense.
nothing to do with that. Not nothing, but it definitely wasn't wasn't part of that. I'm so mad at myself. I meant to mention this earlier and it's not going to come up again and I can't find a place to put it, so I'm going to say
Okay.
it now. But remember when I was said they were like doing all this crazy shit to search for the boy?
Mhm.
I completely forgot to mention that they started killing alligators and cutting them open to
Oh my
check.
god.
I meant to mention that with the whole hat thing. They were literally cutting open alligators to see if an alligator had eaten this little boy. Just side note.
Again, insanity today, but in
That's like
1912
some fucking swamp what do you call it? Like vigilante shit,
it's
you
some
know?
weird Duck Dynasty something.
Yes, yes,
Well, it's
yes.
also like
Like bounty hunter.
there's more than like 10 alligators. Like now you're just killing for no like I mean, good luck. You're going to find the exact alligator that maybe
It's
killed
for
a
sure an
kid.
excuse to hunt for alligators, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
It's
I don't
just
know.
wild. It's just wild.
Let's just say Robert Irwin is pissed.
Yeah, that's not nice, okay? Yeah, Robert Ronan would not be pleased. So, let me go back down because I just remembered that I
No,
never
thank
mentioned
you.
it and I had a devastating moment of realization. Okay, so they say, she's unmarried and has multiple children with multiple people, therefore she cannot be trusted
Mhm.
and should not be acknowledged or listened to. So, and just as an example, because she was so morally suspect, I watched a BuzzFeed Unsolved. If this sounds familiar to anyone, it was a BuzzFeed Unsolved video 7 years ago, and they put the like a quote from an article, a newspaper article back then in New Orleans. Here it is about Julia Anderson.
Okay.
She had not seen her son since February of 1912. She had forgotten him. Animals don't forget, but this big, coarse countrywoman, several times a mother, she forgot.
Shut the fuck up. That's insane.
Are you kidding me?
Saying that that a random animal is better than her.
Yeah.
A coarse country? What'd you call it? What was it?
This big, coarse countrywoman,
What the fuck?
several times a mother. Like, fuck you.
Sometimes I forget how
Fuck you,
fucking
thank you.
cruel and evil people are to
People are
people.
nasty, dude.
It's moments, again, another thing to have gratitude for is like very fucking slowly but surely pretty privilege is becoming recognized.
Right.
But wow, like to just know back then, like, well, if you weren't married, you're fucking Quasimodo over here. Like you're
Yep.
just disgusto. Yuck. Oh my
You're
god.
you're a giant piece of trash and you don't deserve your own child back. Yeah.
Just because I don't like how plain you look, I'm
Can't you
pretty
can't you
sure
smile and be hot like that other lady? I mean, Jesus.
I like looking at cows more than you. Like,
Yeah. And they're
it's
better
so,
mothers than you anyway. What?
it's so
Like
fucking
it's
evil.
just absolutely
That's so fucking evil.
it's evil.
oh my god, I
Like
can't
have some
imagine.
fucking humanity. Have like a shred of respect, you piece of shit. Like what is wrong with you?
I can't. And some
Like,
plain ass
would
man
your
was
mother
writing it
approve of
too.
this like, would you literally feel good about I mean, I guess, because you're just fucking blatantly saying it and putting your name on
I
it.
think they were just used to it. Like, I don't
People
even know
just
if it.
like this kind of conversation. They're like, oh, yep.
I know like it was certainly like an insult at the time. Like it was still like it still
Oh,
hurt her
yeah.
feelings. But like I think because we are so far removed from that being okay at this point, I feel like
Yeah.
it's more jarring to us than
It's
it probably even
shocking,
was to
right.
her.
Like, she's probably like, of course that's how it's gonna go,
It's like, yep,
Like, that's
there
how
I
people
am.
treat me,
I'm a
right.
country animal or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I'm sure that's how you're all gonna talk about me.
I
Ugh,
did you ever get the quote said to you from your mother? Uh
probably.
Boys don't make passes at girls who wear glasses. Did you ever-
Oh, yeah, yeah,
That
yeah. I
was
mean, she
such a
didn't say that because she didn't know idioms, but she basically said some other things that were along those lines.
it was said. And I remember thinking like I
Good.
knew I knew yeah, first of all, thank God, I'll keep wearing them.
Yep. Get me 2 pairs.
Second of all, I should have known there was a feminist bone in my body from day one because as soon as she said that, I went, that feels fucked up, and
Yeah,
you not
that's
even noticing is
extremely
weird
not
to me.
cool. Yeah.
So I say all that to think like I wonder if they even noticed that saying things like that was so out of control
Or if
stupid.
it was just like, "Oh, but she is, so why not report the news?" And it's like,
Right.
"Well, no. Yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah, okay.
Crazy.
Crazy, really."
Mm.
So this clash now between these two women, which has become almost like a culture clash. One was wealthy, married, socially accepted, or wealthy, adjacent, like well-to-do, married and socially accepted. The other was poor, unmarried, working class. This became a reflection of like gender hierarchy, class hierarchy, rather than like whose child is this actually. So Julia returned to Mississippi devastated after the court ruled that the boy would stay in Opelousas as Bobby Dunbar. She later said, quote, "I knew in my heart that boy was mine, but I was just a poor working woman. I had no lawyer, no money, and
Oh
nobody
my
would listen."
god.
I mean, it's like a nightmare, like a real life
So
nightmare.
she just had to like
Go
as
home.
in her in I'm assuming this actually her kid? Do we know that for sure or are we just still we'll never know?
I know, but well, I don't know actually, but we get
Okay.
some more clarity later.
Well, I mean, I can't uh, the fact that currently the story is ending
Like if
with
she's believing this is her child and she has to go home
just give her
empty-handed
kid
and
up
give it to a different family. Yeah.
and just be like, I hope that they treat him better than I
She
could
actually
because I'm a big fat
she
fucking cow
Yeah,
or
I guess
whatever.
so,
Like,
right? Like they all
and I
told it.
probably wear glasses. I don't know.
Yeah. it She ended up essentially passing this story along. She
Okay.
later had more children. I'll tell you in a moment, but she basically maintained her entire life that that was her son.
Okay.
So Walter's trial, the tinkerer, his trial the following year offered her a brief chance to testify again. And when she did, she testified that this was her child. She gave this child to this guy to take on a trip or whatever so he could like see a little of the world. She'd never him up permanently. Walters had taken him with her permission and was bringing him back. Several witnesses corroborated seeing Walters and the boy together long before Bobby Dunbar even disappeared. But
Mhm.
the court said, we actually like the other narrative better and it sounds better. So we're going to go with that. After Walter's conviction, which was later overturned, Julia settled in Poplarville, Mississippi. She married, she raised additional children, but she continued for the rest of her life to tell family members that her son Bruce had been taken, kidnapped, and renamed. And her descendants would pass that belief down for generations. So, for generations, she said, someone kidnapped my son and took him.
And you must have already said this, and I'm just blanking, or I didn't hear it, or something. But has no one just asked this kid which one's your mom?
So he was just in shock, I think, and being 4, I think he was so overwhelmed when he'd been away from if he was Bobby Dunbar, he'd been abducted and taken
Hmm.
on this, like, crazy, and this person is physically abusing him. And, like, 4 sounds like a kid, but, like, Leona's 4, and I'm like, I don't think she would recognize me, I assume, but, like, there's just an element of, like, I think they bombarded this kid with this, like and some people argue, well, this one family's giving him a pony and a bicycle and saying, like,
Right,
"I'm your
right.
mom, call me mom." And, like, I'm not saying, "Oh, this kid said, I want another bike, I'm gonna stay here," but, like, think about if you had been traveling for a year with a man who whipped you and did God knows what
Yeah, and
else,
now you feel safe.
and now you're at least with someone who loves you and calls you her son, like,
Mhm.
and then probably the confusion of, like, seeing if that was his, real mom, I mean, so that's kind of where he was kind of just in shocked silence as far as the newspapers said, like.
And we're also forgetting that somebody's missing their fucking kid. Like,
Correct,
there's still a
correct.
missing kid out there.
But now that they've decided it's not the Dunbars, nobody really cares.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So, the boy, raised as Bobby Dunbar, grew up believing he was the Dunbar son. He married, had children, lived out his life in Louisiana, and died in 1966. Family members described him as gentle but reserved, and some recalled a lingering sense that something wasn't right about the story of his big return home to Opelousas.
Hmm.
Julia Anderson, meanwhile, living in Mississippi, often spoke of her lost child Bruce and maintained her belief that he had been wrongly taken from her. It became part of her family's history to this day. And this case has lingered in local memory as both a miracle and a tragedy. Like you said, either way, it's devastating. Somebody lost their child one way or another. And now we fast forward to the year 2004. So In 2004, Bobby Dunbar's granddaughter, Margaret Dunbar Cutright, decided she wanted to dig into her family's history. And although some people in the family were a little opposed to it, saying things like, well, what good would it do? Let's leave it in the past. I'm like, fuck no. Find
Yeah.
out the truth and like deal with it, you know? Either
Mhm.
way. If it's tragic, it's tragic, you know, just come on, let's find out the truth. And I have zero chill for that kind of thing. So that I would have give that caveat. But so she found a scrapbook and it had all these like crazy pictures and cutouts and things, and she started piecing everything together. I mean, you and I know like the sick like hold this could take over you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And so she starts digging and of course is immediately drawn to finding out this story. And when it's presented to her, hey, how about you do a DNA test? She says, let's do it. So she gets Bobby's younger brother, Alonzo, to agree to a DNA test to see if it matches. And they got Bobby Dunbar's son to give the other sample to see if they were brothers, if they had been related.
Mhm.
The results proved definitively that the boy raised as Bobby Dunbar was not an iota biologically related to the Dunbar family.
Hmm.
Not a one.
And meanwhile, Julia's over there going, "Could have told you that.
Yep.
Could have told you. Been over here telling you that this whole
Yep.
time."
The discovery validated Julia Anderson's claim nearly a century later and forced both families to re-examine their histories. For the Dunbars, of course, it meant acknowledging that their grief may have led them to kind of accept this alternate identity, this mistaken identity, and
Yeah.
just cling to it. And for the Andersons, it was some vindication and closure, but also confirmation that like, yes, we were right to have believed that our son was
Yeah.
taken or
Also,
our ancestor was taken.
yeah, I was gonna say, in the grand scheme of like a butterfly effect, like your whole family line
Yes.
is where it
I
is
mean, you
today
even
because
heard the
someone got taken.
granddaughter. Yeah, you even heard the granddaughter, her middle name's still Dunbar, right? Like it's clearly part of the
Yeah.
family. But also I want to say too, like I want to be clear that they've never tested the Andersons' DNA
Hmm.
with his. So, you know, I can't definitively say, oh, this is Bruce Anderson. He was Bruce Anderson this whole time. Although that's kind of what people have gleaned from this story.
Sure.
But at the very least, it was certainly not actually Bobby Dunbar. And
Right.
when Bobby Dunbar's son talked about like, oh, I would ask my dad like about his disappearance and stuff and what it was like. And apparently once he seemed to recall another little boy being with him
Oh shit.
and dying, like that he was with this other little boy and that tinkerer guy, and he said the other kid died. And some people think like maybe this is how he fell into this role to begin with, that he was like,
Mm.
I guess I'm Bobby Dunbar now, like this traumatic event and, you know, leads up to this new family. And when Bobby Dunbar's son asked him once they were out fishing or something, like, hey, are you really Bobby Dunbar? Do you know? Do you have any questions about it? He said, I know who I am and I know who you are, and nothing else makes a difference. And his son was like, okay.
Hey, the whole world
that
wants to know like what's going on here.
yeah, okay, sure. I hear you.
Which like if he knew or like
I don't think he must necessarily knew. I feel like maybe it was something deep down where he just felt like,
something was off.
yeah, maybe. Because, I mean, 4 is so little. I barely remember that age, you know? And like, if you had been convinced into something and
Hmm.
then just told your whole life that it was true, I feel like you would have a hard time, like, differentiating truth and fiction a little bit.
I can totally understand that as like human to human, but at the same time, that's the most fucking dad answer when there's a massive mystery
No,
that you
you're
may or
right.
may not have the information on, and you just give us a vague little
But I
token, and I'm
love
like,
that.
fuck, tell
But I
me.
love that that was the dad. So that was a grandpa and his son. And then the daughter was born and was like, "Fuck that! I'm finding out.
Yeah,
Give me your DNA." And I was like,
yeah.
"That makes me so happy."
Women in STEM. She's like, for
Women in
science.
STEM in their living rooms on the computer.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So it's really, really wild. Not a genetic match at all. Not biologically related at all.
Hmm.
Today, historians and journalists interpret this case as a study in collective belief, collective denial, like wanting to believe a narrative, wanting to believe a story because it just feels better, it sounds better to your own mind. And they didn't want to admit to themselves that, like, maybe they were taking a child from an actual mother, you know, so they dehumanized her, made her less than an animal. It's just like all very obvious with hindsight, but still, it's kind of, shocking still.
Yeah.
So the community, they wanted this parade, this happy ending. They wanted the grieving family to have closure. The family, of course, wanted their son back. And the society and media was predisposed to trust privilege, over poverty.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, you see that. And like, even how we talked a lot about this, but like how affection environment can shape your identity. The fact that Bobby was basically like cornered into being Bobby, whether he liked it or not.
Yeah.
And obviously he had I mean, not obviously, but according to sources, he had a very happy and chill, fulfilling life. But at the same time, it's just like amazing how he just stepped into a new life, a new family, and,
Yeah.
didn't even know. Uh,
Wow,
really
what a
wild, really wild. So,
it's
and we still don't know what happened to actual Bobby Dunbar, which is also so crazy. I mean, like,
it's
we
2
don't
missing
know.
cases in 1, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, and, very rarely do you tell a mystery where even the main character doesn't know
Yes,
what's
good
going
point.
on.
Hey, that's a really good point, and I don't know if I've ever told one like that where it's like,
No. Like, it seems
yeah,
like I would argue, I think every person in this, it doesn't have an answer. Like,
yeah,
usually, at least somebody's hiding something, and maybe in this story, maybe someone's hiding something, but it sounds like everyone was equally confused and just wanted to
yeah.
figure
It
it
sounds
out.
like everyone was desperate for their own truth to be true, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh, it's terrible. But yeah, so that's my story for the day.
Wow, it's a great story. I mean, it's a
Well,
bad story, but
well, thanks.
you've told it well.
I appreciate it.
Alright, well, is it still snowing outside?
Um, it's not snowing, but there's a nice little layer of snow on the ground and on the trees, and I have to pack for Hawaii, so I have to dig out some shorts. Yeah, I
Dresses?
don't know. Like, I don't even know what to wear.
Are you gonna go, like, swimming and stuff? Like, is this a whole week where you're doing all wedding stuff, or are you getting, like, days to have a vacay?
So I get to see my friend Gina on Wednesday. I met her in Hawaii. I'm really excited, and she lives there. And then I get to the wedding is on Thursday, and there's a rum safari, and then on Friday there's a luau, and then on Saturday there's like a tubing, like a lazy river style tubing.
Cool.
It'll be
Very
really
cool.
fun. I'm excited.
Well, good luck with your wallet, by the way, because the tchotchkes would be insane for
Oh yeah,
me.
well, don't worry. My sticker book will be
I'm
double the
telling you,
size.
now that you know I'm telling you, nothing has given me more peace than a fucking sticker book recently. It will change you, and now that you know that, you have justification to go buy more stickers.
Yeah, and honestly, that is all I needed. I needed one little justification, and thank you for giving it to me.
You are welcome. All right, well, see everybody next week when you're back from Hawaii and can give us an update on
I'll be
that rum safari.
so tan and filled with rum.
And
That's
why
we
drink.